Hello, back in Space Engineers yet again. It's Trekker. Um, and I have managed to finish off this vehicle. Last episode I did say that I'd do that in between episodes. Ow, only 3 health, but I've been taking between 20 to 3 health on this. I really need a platform that I can walk around on this, and it's going to have to be made with heavy armor around the center, I think. We're not too concerned about that. Actually, there's one thing. I'm not quite finished here. Where is it? No audible proximity alert. Much better. This is my mining ship prototype, and you already know about that. I went and I armored it up a bit and gave it some lighting, a more interesting configuration of lights. I've added in PAM, I've added in automatic LCDs for just 2 things, and if I just close that, you can clearly see I have my my PAM controls up in the middle of the screen, and I have a bit of that. Also, I'm not done with the minor PAM either because I forgot. For now, it's just prototype minor, and we're going to say yes, we want to broadcast, and that should actually allow me to have access externally. Of course, I am still hurting myself quite a bit each time I do this, but yeah, I said I would do that, and I did it. So, yep, there we go, prototype miner, no job, 34 meters. So, we're all set here. What kind of resources are we low on? I think that might be an important thing to check. I want to see if we have all the motors and everything Yeah, we have all the motors. One of the things I think I need is silver. Do we have gold? Apparently we had gold. We need silver and gold, so perhaps this episode we should go out to that silver and gold area and just harvest from that. That might be the best choice. Also, it occurs to me that it no longer matters that I have a backup of Sumo's memory because there's no way I'm going to use it again. Sumo is basically going to become a museum piece after this, meaning that I'm likely going to disable the script and everything. But that thing was just my baby starting ship. So yeah, I'm going to want to have a mining drone specifically for clearing out enough space that I can keep going. I absolutely want this thing. I do not know for sure if I have all the resources. I'm just going to watch carefully. Hodgepodge welders on. And then as soon as that finishes, I'm going to start retracting. Let's see if it builds. I'm actually curious. So basically, I'm just going to let this weld up until it no longer welds up, and if I'm missing any blocks, I'll just build those blocks myself. But it looks like we got a huge chunk of this entire back area, except for these interior lights. But if it's just a pair of interior lights, then I could just shove some construction components in myself. Oh no, it's building. It's just a low priority part apparently. Come on, keep building. Going to hit reverse. It's going to be extremely slow. As you can see, you can tell it moves nice and slowly. And as soon as it clears out, it'll weld blocks, and this process is deliberately slow to avoid imperfections. So yeah, this thing is going to be so cool. Okay, so again, before I get too distracted, that's going to be going off in the background. We're going to come back to a fully built drone. But for now, I actually want to do some mining with this fully upgraded and armored up thing. But before I do that, I'm going to just... Batteries are set to auto. That was a mistake. We're gonna turn off. I'm not even going to rise up. I'm just gonna do this. And then we'll just set auto lock on. Here we go. Oh, I thought I did, but apparently all I did was turn something off. Just gonna lock that, and then, I guess we'll do this. And I want to do a bit of a blueprint of it. And what I want is maybe you guys can come up with a name for it. It'll keep the name Prototype 9er for a while, but I will name it the moment I have to build a second one. Do this, keep that out of the shot, level off, and control blueprint, minor prototype. And got the image. I don't like how that's centered, so we're going to head in a lot closer. And going to do this. And got a new picture. We'll just overwrite. That's a much better thumbnail. Okay, so I have what appears to be my area. There should be some ice here. Please tell me that I can detect it. Please tell me that I don't have to use the things that I need the most, silver and gold. They're both directly straight down. I am going to examine this. The silver... There's silver all over the place, but what I'm looking for is where it is in relationship to this. And what I want is for my vehicle to be a little off to the side. I'm going to use a technique that I've used quite a bit in my personal save. After seeing S1 do something similar. I'm just going to dig a hole. I'm going to right click and spin around and roll to try to keep from like getting stuck. And as I do this, I can then hit my button to level off and then go down a bit further. It's a little bit more precise. Like, because I have like nothing on me, I can actually just point straight down. So let's just hit 9 and go down. I'm going to repeat this process until I've actually reached the area. Good riddance. I think this is actually it, though. Don't need to worry about any more. Paved out all the bumps, and now I got an area where I'm pretty certain that my miner can just fit in and be able to drill straight forward. So that's actually what I'm going to do, is I'm literally going to go towards it and then drill straight towards it. But before I do any of that, I want to just check, do I have a path straight out? If the answer is yes, yeah. So I'm just gonna be super slow and deliberate. Okay, it's not perfect, but it works. It's a big enough hole that the whole thing should still fit down in. It's just, it curves just slightly. There's like a little lip that I bump up against. But that's easy enough that if I were to just do an auto drone mining thing, I could just hold right click and that'll clean, like as it's leaving, and that'll clean up the edges. Typically, like my mining shafts tend to look super weird because of that. Okay, let's do this. Keep going, just keep digging, just you do, you dig, dig, dig. Why am I quoting Dory? Well, Dory's just a good... It's just the goodest fish. She is the best character in Finding Nemo. If you think otherwise, then there's something wrong with you. Like, we need to take you to the hospital right now. This Dory is a good person. I would rather... Yes! I struck it! Oh yes. Yeah, I might have been talking about Finding Nemo for a bit. Oh, and it just kind of opens up, but I need like a place to maneuver. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and try to open up like a large amount of space because I want to be able to rotate and maneuver a bit. So we finally hit silver. And I can see gold. Gold is just beyond this. Okay. So if I were to look here, I could make a second shaft starting from about here and pointed directly at the gold. Or I could instead branch off the tunnel here and go off to and sidestep this silver deposit to get to the gold. But right now, let's get silver. Let's fill our coffers with silver. And yeah, and of course I'm still going to continue to do this because I kind of want just all the space. I need space in this space game. Situational lighting seems to be pretty dim. 10 meters. Do I have any? No. If I had construction components, I'd actually weld on another pair on these batteries or something. Right now I have a lot of situational lighting that covers my flanks, but just not any for like directly in front of me. So yeah. So should I just set this thing to automatically mine? I don't know. I guess what I'll do is I'm just gonna grab some. Let's actually do this. And let's get this out of the way. When that cargo bar goes up to 100%, or let's stop at 50% and check to see where it's at. Let's just back off and there we go. I filled everything. Okay, let's turn that on. Reverse thrust, slow us down even faster. And let's just lower ourselves down. Okay. We've made it. I have no clue how this is going to go. So let's just try this. Should line up with the connector and dock. Come on. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm happy. So that should be all that silver. And let's check. Should have a ton of silver ore now. Now we just need to go and get gold, and that should be pretty easy too. But first, before we do any of that, yes, we have a full-blown mining drone complete. I just want to give it a little bit of a look over. Let me hide signals. Yep, large atmospheric thruster. 2 large atmospheric thrusters, drills.
Low health.
I almost got murdered. Let me do that. I need to. That's not okay. I'm going to have to heal up. But yeah. So this thing, I'm going to want to recharge the batteries first and make a place before I do anything. But yeah, it seems like 3D printer did everything that I needed to do. SM4 batteries recharge. Every battery attached to this thing should be set to recharge right now. So I think the next thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go out and try to grab some gold too. And then maybe I can configure this to automatically grab the gold. I don't know. Also, I'm realizing that these batteries need to be set to recharge too. I'm going to let these batteries recharge, and then I'm going to be back. There we go. Batteries are charged. Forward path and set home. I'm going to be turning the batteries off of recharge, so that's going to be auto again. Just gonna turn this off. Oh, my landing gear locked. That was pretty funny. Okay, I am here. There should be some gold here, but I don't see any. Where's the gold? I'm going to keep searching until I get a visual example of gold that I can actually mine. There's some gold. Okay. How bad is it? Not that bad. Okay. Now the thing with gold is that it usually, if I were to reveal just a little more of it, it usually takes the form of a strip, and that makes it hard to mine. It's easier to get gold in space than it is on planets. They've intentionally made it hard. Let's hide some signals now. Now that we actually have visual contact, we don't need them anymore. I'm just gonna mine around the spot that I am in so that when I decide to automate this, because I will want to automate this, I actually have some space to maneuver. I need to actually use my internal spotlights. So what I'm going to do is, for this specifically, I do not want to have to mine it by hand. But I also don't want to... Well, okay, I'll crash. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mine the first loads. And as you can see, I'm already gathering a bunch of stone. That has to actually be all of the blocks that fell, right? Oh yeah, those are actually messing me up a little. How much gold do we have though? We got a bit of gold and we have a bit of ice. It's not much though. When I get stuck again and actually get like a visual reference of what's causing me to get stuck. Because I think if it's like, if I'm getting stuck on my side, which is how it feels like I'm getting stuck on my flank. I could easily fix that just by expanding the drills out by one. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and expand these drills out. And I'll worry about coming back for more of this later. I think getting what I have is probably already more than enough. Okay, let's just back to dock area. Oh, I feel like we're going to crash. Ow. We did crash. Okay, we got away scot-free. I'm relieved. I can just let this thing fly back now. Okay. So, it appears I finally finished that mining trip. I didn't gather as much as you would think. I only filled up like 76% of my my tanks, and that's actually a pretty good amount of gold actually. 20k and then quite a bit of ice. I think we did alright. One thing I need to remember to do is, since I have these toggleable, I'm actually going to turn the toggle off. That'll help things. I see, we're flying directly overhead. I'm just gonna do this. Come on. There we go. Now it's going to land. Oh, apparently we had something flying overhead this whole time. No clue what you are. So we should have access to some gold now. That should prepare us for the next episode, where we actually prepare to move into this area. There's only one last thing that I even want to do here, and that is I'm going to set up this automatic miner to actually properly do the thing. And so my first move for that is just gonna be clunk. There we go. And I'm just gonna turn this projector off. Goodbye, projector. And this is what we're going to use. Let's just pull these blocks off. Yes. So currently power's off. This will get despawned if I don't turn it back on. Let's just actually set these batteries back to auto. There we go. The system is online. I'm just gonna quickly build a place for it to dock. Look how cold this is. Warm temperature. I'm sorry, I'm not letting that go. The fact that I'm at an ice lake and it's not cold, kinda like according to the game, is just really funny to me. Honestly, like I guess they wanted the weather system to be chill. Come on. There we go. And then I think if I do this, I can just back off. Ugh. There we go. Took me a few tries, but now I can lock on. And I suppose I never actually set this to recharge. So I'll just do that. And there we go. Oh, that thing's scary. That thing is really scary looking, like, oh geez. If I see a signal from that, I'm jumping into the mite immediately. Cause that thing, oh geez. That thing actually looks kind of terrifying. Wonder, only the assertive stuff does this, and also the assertive stuff actually sends drones after you. I haven't seen any recently because not many of them do. But I did have like a save where I had friends and we just kept getting assertive ships that could spawn drones, and I think this was one of them. But it looks like it's passing overhead without incident. I just have to be careful about actually like running this, it seems. So yeah, one of the things that I want to do is prepare this drone for proper use. So if I go here and do this, I want this and I'm just gonna, this is just this SM4, and I should actually, did I accidentally like change the title? Nope. It's just scrolled for whatever reason. That should mean that it should start showing up in this list. Yep, I have the SM4. And then I could actually go and like do stuff like actually sending commands. So I could do a record path and set home. From there, I want to take the batteries and actually like turn them. I think so. We'll set this to auto. We're going to press this button, which that turns that off. Or even just 50 meters, honestly. And I have 40 meters to either side. And then I can move this so that I'm like right against the surface. That'll also provide just a bit of space to the bottom. And I can have the base that comes in here and then have like a flat platform and just have like docks and stuff like extend out. I also have access to all the mining and everything as well. So I can use the same drone to do all that, but I might have to change the area. The issue with mining in this case though is that I need to make sure that it's a far enough distance away from the docking port that it doesn't like lock onto it and try to blow through walls in order to dock with it. That's a problem that I keep having with this because it's not as strict as it should be. But yeah, let's start this job. I'm going to actually let it drop the stone. I don't think we need it anymore. I can always go and get a load of it myself. So this thing is just going to happily mine away, and I'll be able to monitor it back at my base. And so yeah, I'm going to actually let this thing go and do its job for a while. Also, this is so aesthetically pleasing how I have this set up. I'm going to let this do its job for a while. Also, yeah, I'm running out of hydrogen too. Let's not get distracted. This thing is going to do its job, and I'll come back when it is most of the way through its job. That's so cool. So yeah, I'll see you guys then once this thing has gone through like more than like a fraction of its thing. So stay safe.